The Sham God move is so tough, it's like the secret handshake of NBA elites. Kyrie Irving, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, and the new kid on the block, Victor Wembanyama, are some who have managed to actually pull this off in actual NBA games. But then, on a chilly February 9th matchup against the Hornets, Thanasis Antetokounmpo decided to crash the elite party with a watch me moment, basically saying, anything you can do, I can probably do too, after a few tries. Guys, my jaw hit the floor. Just like any self-respecting NBA junkie, I went straight to the comment section faster than you can say, Sham God, to see the comments, and boy, were they spicy. Pat Bev and Thanasis, the next LeBron and Wade. I told you all Doc Rivers was going to unlock Thanasis' potential. And last but not least, definitely included in the GOAT debate. The title of this video isn't clickbait, by the way. The Warriors might actually pull the trigger on Thanasis Antetokounmpo. This isn't a joke. It's actually on the table. And today, I'm here to unpack this feast of a story for you. Every year, right on schedule, just like Ben Simmons' annual Instagram I'm back and better than ever tour, we get whispers of Giannis eyeing a team up with Steph Curry and the gang over in Golden State. When I first spotted that headline again recently, I rolled my eyes thinking, here we go again, another clickbait headline to rack up clicks. But man, let me tell you, as I dove deeper going through the nitty-gritty of Sham's report, my reaction went from eye rolls to jaw drops. I mean, holy guacamole. Suddenly, this whole Warriors Giannis movie feels like it has a 50-50 shot at hitting the theaters. And here's the scoop on how this might just all unfold. As we all know, the Milwaukee Bucks messed up big time. Over the past 12 months, they've made critical error after critical error after critical error. I mean, if Warriors fans thought giving Poole a $128 million 4-year contract was bad, what Milwaukee did was arguably 10 times worse. Like, picture this. They went and fired Mike Budenholzer, the guy who led them to glory in 2021 after a rough series against the Heat last year. Mind you, this was when Giannis was sidelined for multiple games, nursing an injury, and when Mike was dealing with the heartbreaking loss of a family member. Deciding to cut ties with your championship-winning coach then? It's like breaking up over text after you've won the lottery together. Ouch! But wait, there's more. Enter Adrian Griffin, rookie head coach, followed by a blockbuster trade for Damian Lillard. Now, Dame's a star, no doubt about it, but when you stack him up against Drew Holiday, the numbers just don't lie. Drew's like that reliable Swiss Army knife, good at everything, especially on defense. Last season, with Holiday guarding the point of attack, the Bucks' defense was tighter than a jar lid that's been super glued on, aka fourth best in the league. Fast forward to this season, and let's just say things have gotten a bit leaky. But anyway, just when Milwaukee thought they'd hit the jackpot by bringing Lillard into the fold and pairing him up with Terry Stotts, thinking it was all rainbows and butterflies from there, drama struck. In a twist worthy of a daytime soap opera, Griffin had a meltdown at Terry during practice, leading to a scene that ended with Stotts packing his bags and leaving the show. Team. Poof! Just like that, the one coach who probably knew Lillard's game better than anyone else was out of the picture. Oh, but the plot thickens. It just doesn't stop at unfortunate. It dives headfirst into you can't make this stuff up. Come January 23rd, 2024, with the Bucks sitting pretty at 30-13 and claiming the second seed in the Eastern Conference, looking like they were finally finding their rhythm, they pull another bewildering move. They gave Adrian Griffin the boot and handed the reins over to Doc Rivers in a move that had everyone scratching their heads. Since then, let's just say the Bucks' performance has been more slump than jump, with a dismal 5-8 record, including a facepalm-worthy defeat to a G League team. Yes, you heard that right, a G League team. Giannis isn't happy at all with Milwaukee's current roller coaster ride. And even though Lillard recently turned heads by winning the three-point contest and snagging the All-Star MVP, here's a fun fact. Since the start of the year, across a bit more than 20 games, Giannis has actually been out shooting Lillard from downtown. Yup, Giannis, not known for his threes Antetokounmpo, is hitting threes at a better clip than Lillard, 30% to Lillard's 29%. No jokes, the numbers are sitting there, kinda awkwardly, since we rang in 2024. Lillard was hyped as Milwaukee's knight in shining armor, but outside of a sprinkling of flashy moments, his performance has been more meh than magnificent. You could even argue that Giannis has been carrying him. So yeah, it's safe to say Giannis probably isn't thrilled with how things are panning out. Enter the Warriors. As things stand, the Bucks' recent form is, well, dismal. They've snagged just 3 wins out of their last 10 games, which, let's face it, puts them in the same chat as the Detroit Pistons. And with the clock ticking down on the regular season, with fewer than 30 games to go, flipping the script is looking like a tall order. Throw in Middleton's hit-or-miss appearances in the lineup due to injuries, and Milwaukee's got a whole lot more on their plate than just figuring out who plays when. They've got a culture crisis on their hands, and the vibe? It's leaning more towards toxic. Then, with the limited amount of time left before the playoffs start, Doc Rivers seems to be playing the blame game, which was followed by JJ Redick getting more emotional than I've ever seen.
I've seen the trend now. I've seen the trend for years.
What's the trend?
The trend is always making excuses. Doc, we get it. Taking over a team in the middle of the season is hard. But it's always an excuse. It's always throwing your team under the bus.
Milwaukee's current situation looks pretty grim. Peeking at the standings, if the postseason kicked off today, the Bucks would be squaring off against the Pacers first, with the Heat or Cavaliers waiting in the wings. The Pacers, riding high with the newly acquired Pascal Siakam, are looking sharp. The Cavaliers, with Donovan Mitchell playing the way he's been playing, are on fire. And then there's playoff Jimmy Butler, who basically morphs into a basketball demigod come postseason. Giannis staring down this gauntlet doesn't exactly scream easy stroll to the finals. And let's be real, if the Bucks crash out before the conference finals, we're talking about a drama storm of epic proportions. In today's NBA, where players wield a ton of power, don't be shocked if Giannis starts eyeing the exit. Because just think about it. If the Bucks don't win it this year, next year's outlook for Giannis will look like a scene straight out of a basketball horror flick. Picture this. A 33-year-old Middleton battling injuries, a 34-year-old Lillard past his prime, and Lopez at 36 moving like he's got cement shoes. Everyone loves to poke fun at the Warriors for being the NBA's version of a senior center, but yikes, Milwaukee's situation might just have them beat. Oh, and remember when Giannis dropped the hint before the season started? That he'd jet off from the Bucks to win another title if there's a better situation out there? Well, guys, I'm hard-pressed to think of a dreamier scenario for Giannis than joining forces with Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Just imagine the magic on the court with all that split action and the Splash Brothers making it rain. That'd be like a dream scenario for Giannis. And let's be real, he looked pretty sharp sporting a Warriors jersey. So how could this fantasy become a reality? Well, it all hinges on Klay Thompson and CP3 leaning into some team-friendly deals, with CP3 potentially eyeing the veterans minimum. And as much as it pains me to say, Kuminga would need to be a part of the package. Trading Kuminga? Yeah, it stings. But if there's one player for whom the Warriors might bend the rules, it's Giannis. With him on board, we might as well start engraving the 2025 and 2026 championship trophies. And here's the kicker. Snagging Giannis almost certainly means the Warriors would need to bring in Thanasis too, to keep the Greek freak in high spirits. It's a package deal, kind of like how the Bucks held on to Thanasis over Robin Lopez. Switching gears to another possibility for 2024, LeBron James joining the Warriors. Now, isn't it wild to think that the owners actually recently sat down to discuss the idea of pairing LeBron up with Steph? Sheesh! Despite LeBron's reputation for being a drama queen on the court, the real cherry on the top of him joining forces with Steph would be watching him work his magic with the refs to get Steph to the free throw line more often. But anyway, diving into the latest from The Athletic and Bleacher Report, it looks like Bronny James might not hear his name called in the 2024 NBA draft. Yep, that means he's free to pick his landing spot, ideally somewhere that'll let him spread his wings to the fullest. So, let's break down the facts. LeBron's hitting a point where he might just see the writing on the wall. Another championship ring in LA is looking like a long shot. With Anthony Davis aging like everyone else, surprise, surprise, and despite Rob Pelinka's efforts to retool up the roster, even with the refs on their side, the Lakers seem to be staring at a second-round playoff exit tops. Casting his gaze across the league for greener pastures, LeBron could very well zero in on Golden State as the prime spot for him and Bronny. Picture this. Steph Curry's there, ready to take Bronny under his wing, which, let's be honest, would be a game changer for the kid. Plus, Bronny's godfather, Chris Paul, will be there, adding to the family reunion vibes. Then on top of that, Giannis, like I said, if he faces an early playoff exit this season, he'll likely demand a trade out of Milwaukee to Golden State. And if that happens, LeBron is going to spot the opportunity immediately and will probably use the excuse of, "It's for my son," to join the team. And he'll probably also get his old pal Draymond to help make his case. One thing the Warriors will probably use, however, to gauge the true effectiveness of LeBron and Steph teaming up is the success they'll have in the 2024 Paris Olympics. Reports have been out that they're both interested in teaming up this summer, so you can be sure that all eyes will be tuning into those games. But shoot, guys, imagine this scenario. If Giannis and LeBron both eye Golden State as their next hoop home, we're talking about assembling the Avengers of basketball teams here. This begs the massive question: who else is going to want a piece of that championship pie? DeMar DeRozan's hitting free agency, and he's at a point in his career where the allure of a ring might just outweigh a hefty paycheck. Now, picture this lineup. DeRozan adding depth off the bench of a starting five featuring Steph, Klay, Draymond, LeBron, and Giannis, and with Thanasis there giving emotional support for his brother? Sheesh, guys. Talk about a jaw dropper.